What's up, my loves? My name is Paige, this is Pages with Paige, and today we're going to be reacting to my book haul of May of 2020. So this is my first video in my book haul revisited series that I actually get to watch the video, and I regret everything. So this series is inspired by Completely Melanie's Have I Read It Yet series and titled under Ellie from Earl Grey Books' book haul revisited. I just merged the two and I want to give credit to them because they're wonderful creators and I have basically just merge their ideas. The goal is to work this down, so if I have 5 or less, I will read the top voted for book. If I end up getting between 6 to 10, I'll read the 2 most top voted for books, and so on and so forth. If I don't have any, or I have 1, so there is no vote, then I've done a giveaway, which was March and April. I don't feel confident about May. I don't know how I'm going to visually structure this, because normally I have the books and I have the tally running, so apologies if this looks visually weird. I might change it throughout the months as I get more into a rhythm. But I'm gonna scoot myself to the side so I can make myself smaller and put in the video and the tally, and I don't like this. So I've got it loaded on my phone ready to go and I'm already mortified. So here we go.
What's up, my loves? My name is Paige, this is Pages with Paige, and today we're going to be doing my May book haul.
This was like one of the first videos that I ever posted, and I loved that I was always wearing makeup because my skin, one, was not great and I was teaching, so I felt like I had to look professional, and now I'm like, bitches, you get me in my dressing gown like every other month. So I'm gonna skip through to the actual books.
But
my shops are so different. 18. I don't have
I'm not going to do them in the order that I got them, rather chunks of places that I acquired them. The first chunk is 5 books from my booktube bestie April from Aprilus Maximus. So she sent me a box of bookish goodies, which I did unbox in a blog. I'll link that in the cards above. So I've got 5 books from her. The first is an art copy of A Heart So Fierce and Broken by Bridget Kemmerer. This is the second one.
So art copy of A Heart So Fierce and Broken by Bridget Kemmerer. I need to read the first one, A Curse So Dark and Lonely. I did receive that from Crystal last year, so feel free to vote for A Heart So Fierce and Broken, but I will be reading the first one. That's on the stack. Oh god.
The next one is another one that I think is a Beauty and the Beast retelling, and that is Hunted by Megan Spooner.
I unhauled this without reading it.
The next book she sent me was one that I'd seen as Lauren in the Book's favourite, and that is Life After Life by Kate Atkinson.
Life After Life was unhauled without being read.
And the final 2 that she sent me from her unhaul selection were books 1 and 2 in the Stalking Jack the Ripper series by Kerry Maniscalco. So this is book 1, Stalking Jack the Ripper, and book 2, Hunting Prince Dracula.
Alrighty, so Stalking Jack the Ripper I have read. I had read it when April sent it my way. I had a tiny little format and it was not fun to read, so I wanted matching ones. Hunting Prince Dracula I have not read yet, so this is an option to vote for. So if you just want to put Hunting Prince Dracula, you can vote for more than one, you can have as many as you'd like. Big number 2 on the list. Just continuing on.
It wasn't in April's unhaul, but she was going to send me the Alcrate version of this book, but then forgot to put it in her little box. So she went and bought me a copy The Tea Dragon Society by Katie O'Neill, and I've wanted this for ages, but I couldn't.
So The Tea Dragon Society by Kay O'Neill, I don't physically have it with me at the moment as I've lent it to a friend and I need to get it back, but it's still going to stay in my collection, and it is read.
The next book I got was from Amy, but that was Treat Cute
Treat
by Emma Lord.
I have read it while doing a jigsaw puzzle at like 3 o'clock in the morning, so this is read and keeping because it was adorable.
And the final 2 gifts that I have to mention are 2 books that my mum got me as a celebration of finishing my with a psychologist and not having an active diagnosis of any mental illness.
So awkward.
So I previously had illness, but no longer is it affecting me in the present, which is
basically like, if your psych says that you no longer have a mental illness, maybe take that with a grain of salt. I was like, oh my god, I'm cured. 3 years later, she's still depressed and anxious as fuck. But I have better coping mechanisms, and I'm in therapy fortnightly, so I can actually, like, you know, progress with life and have the support that I actually need. So yeah, but Mum still got me books because she's a gem.
And that is Monstrous Heart by Claire McKenna.
And That's Where It Hurts. So that was Monstrous Heart by Claire McKenna, and I read that at the beginning of last year, and it was okay. And I feel bad for wasting Mum's money because it is read and unhauled. I held on to it for the longest time being like, oh, I'll go to the series. No, I'm not going to. I definitely have other books that I would prefer to read. So it is read and unhauled.
The other one that my mum got me was The Search by Beth O'Leary.
Much better. The Search by Beth O'Leary. I absolutely adored this. It is read and staying, and I had a blast with it. On to the next.
Mind of Molly suggested that I get All the Bad Apples by Maura Fowley Doyle.
All the Bad Apples by Maura Fowley Doyle. I have read and really enjoyed this, so it is staying. This cover is still super trippy. I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I love that it was like, oh, you know, I'm gonna submit like a final assessment before I graduate, and then I go to therapy the next day, and they're like, yeah. Choices. Anyway. Continuing on!
Not because people suggested it. Jane from Bookish Thoughts was going through her old childhood books, I suppose, and she came across Michael Rosden's Book of Nonsense.
Michael Rosden's Book of Nonsense has been read and unhauled. I feel like I skimmed it. I didn't actually read it, so I can't remember if I marked it on Goodreads or not, but like, it's cool.
The next three I got, I wanted one in particular, and then I needed to buy more to be able to get free shipping, so the thing that I wanted was the Believeathon 2 compendium.
So the book that I wanted was Believeathon 2, Journey to the Stronghold, the compendium, and this was when Gavin was doing Believeathon, and just, it was so cute. And so I wanted to get it and support him, and oh, my little coloured map. Such good times. Fuck, I loved Believeathon. So I got this. I have read it. I've used it. Jolly good. But I needed to get some other things. So let's see what they were.
But the other two books I got to get free shipping, first I'll talk about is a standalone, and we'll lead into talking about the series continuations that I picked up. And the standalone is Witches of Ash and Rune by E. Latimer.
Oh! So Witches of Ash and Rune I have read and unhauled. I really enjoyed it, but I felt like it was better on someone else's shelves because it has a lot of rep that I really appreciated, and I wasn't going to reread it. So it's moved on, and I think I was slightly disappointed it wasn't 5 stars.
Finally in that little box was Truthwitch by Susan Dennard.
So, Truthwitch by Susan Dennard. I have read this before, however I would like, I think, to reread it before continuing on with the rest of the series because I can't really remember much about it, but I don't have to. So I'm going to put it as a voting option if people would like. If you think I should probably reread it, I don't normally reread the first books in the series, but you know, I'm happy to refresh my brain. Or if you think I should just do a recap, read a recap, that should be sufficient. So Truthwitch can be voted for. And so continuing on,
I found Windwitch.
So the next is Windwitch by Susan Dennard, and so if you think I should just continue on straight and just go straight through to Windwitch, please just vote for that one. So I don't mind it either way, I'm sure I'll be fine, but if you think I should reread Truthwitch and we'll get more out of it before diving in, please vote Truthwitch or vote for both. I don't really mind, but that one can also be voted for. I'm not going to make it so that you have to vote for Truthwitch before voting for Windwitch. It can do whatever it wants.
The next I got Seventh Heaven, which is the 7th book in the Princess Diaries series.
Seventh Heaven, which is the Princess Diaries book 7 by Meg Cabot. I have unhauled it without reading it. I just got rid of all my Princess Diaries. I can pick them up through audiobook or from my library if I feel so inclined. Sorry, so there might be a slight angle change, I'm not sure. But let's have a look.
Next, I got Aurora Burning by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff.
So Aurora Burning, I have read and unhauled.
Final book is The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes by Suzanne Collins.
And The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes, I have unhauled without reading it. I just have no intention to, and unless someone tells me that it's the next greatest thing since sliced bread, I'm not going to. And I think I said that was the last book. So the 4 books that you can vote for are A Heart So Fierce and Broken, Stalking Prince Dracula, Truthwitch or Windwitch or both. This one's sort of like whatever takes the mood. So yeah, I'm very excited. Since there is only 4, I will only be reading one of these books, but I am trying to get this down throughout this year, like finishing off my 2020 book hauls. So I will try and make an active effort if there is another one that other people vote for, just probably not. Or depending on how May goes. Don't know, but I think there is also potentially a buddy read for Hunting Prince Dracula. That's where I got it wrong. Hunting Prince Dracula, somewhere in the works. So feel free to vote for these. Vote for as few or as many as you'd like, but let me know down in the comments as I desperately need your help. I'm actually really happy that there's only like 4 out of the 18 things that I said. Like, that's nuts. I know a few I did get rid of without reading them, but that's fine. If I figured that it's not for me, then I can go on to read something off my shelves that is. So yeah, let me know in the comments any that you'd like me to read, and if you like this video, feel free to give it a big thumbs up, and if you'd like to see more of this mess, feel free to subscribe. I'll hopefully see you on my next video. Bye!